This is a battle in round 2 of the Use It and Lose It tournament. Once again, we see Sparta on the fields of Rome 2. So, okay, let's go over Sparta's army first here. We have 2 units of Citizen Cav. We have a Hero of Sparta General. Then we have, we have 3 units of Citizen Cav. Then we have Helot Slingers, Helot Javelins on the flanks, Royal Spartans, Spartan Hoplites, Royal Spartans, blah blah blah, blah 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 blah. Something something Spartan. Spartan youths, the levy freemen of the Greek world. Then we have Ardiaei. This is quite an interesting matchup. I don't think we saw that in the previous round. So we have the Illyrian Noble Hoplites, a very good tanky Hoplites. Let's just compare them here to the Royal Spartans real quick. So 44, 30, 15, 38, 30, 15. Let's see, 28, 67, 105. 30, 53, 115. So there are some interesting differences here in terms of combatability. Health 70, morale 75. Health 65, morale 70. Now, oh, I forgot to go over the army of Ardiaei. So yeah, Illyrian Hoplites, then we have Slave Slingers, Illyrian Cav, Slave Slingers, bunch of Slave Slingers. Then we have Mercenary Axe Warriors with some chevrons on them. And an Illyrian Raider somewhere that we can't see. Also some Illyrian Tereos on the flanks. Both of these armies very spear heavy. They are bound to be. But Spartan Hoplites are... They are not great units, but against Illyrian Hoplites, they are going to trade reasonably well. 60 health on the Illyrian Hoplites, 55 morale, and for the... let's see, for the Spartan Hoplites, 65 health, 65 morale, but they have significantly less armor. Weapon damage is the same. Melee attack, 32 versus 36. Melee defense, 65 versus... ooh, that's a big difference. 65 versus 49, and charge bonus 20 versus 26 for the Spartan Hoplites. We'll see how they do. Formation width is also going to come into play, so it looks like the Illyrian Hoplites are here 3 ranks deep, and the let's see, Spartan Hoplites are 2.5 ranks deep. So the Spartan Hoplites are wider. That could be significant. In an ideal situation, these the Illyrian Noble Hoplites go in against the Spartan Hoplites, ideally the Royal Spartans, and then the Mercenary Axe Warriors come in as second line infantry, and in that case they can do reasonably well. But there are a lot of units for Sparta. A lot of units that need to be... Ardiaei won't be able to use the double line infantry trick everywhere, but they will be able to use it against select units, like against these Royal Spartans, if they choose. Spartan youth just walking up to the battlefield here, I quite like that. Walking up towards the Illyrian Marines. Illyrian Marines are a cool looking unit. Here come the Spartan youths charging in. And they actually managed to hit the Illyrian Marines. Not good for the Illyrian Marines. Over here as well, into the Illyrian Tereos. Citizen Cav fighting Illyrian Cavalry. Illyrian Hoplites supporting in the back. Here come the Spartan Hoplites. using phalanx almost immediately, a bit prematurely I think, because they weren't able to wrap around completely. We'll see how it plays out. And the Illyrian Marines fighting the Spartan youths, doing a reasonable job. Spartan citizen cavalry just smashing in here, trying to go through the gap. Didn't manage to, but they do tie down the Illyrian noble hoplites. So the Royal Spartans, ooh, very nicely done here. Well, okay, I thought that was Spartan cav. It wasn't, so it wasn't that nice. Royal Spartans here fighting against the Illyrian noble hoplites. The Royal Spartans did get the charge, so they should be better off in that engagement. Yeah, Royal Spartans winning decisively, but since they're winning decisively, why are... Oh no, they stopped firing. I wondered why the Helot javelins were firing into the backs of these Royal Spartans and killing them. Now the Spartan youths are losing decisively, but they did their job in tying down these two units. That's how you want to use Spartan youths. Use Spartan youths. That's how you want to use Spartan youths. We are raising our banners, increasing melee defense and the area of influence. So more of these units are going to be having a morale increase. I didn't see too many units about to break. The mercenary axe warriors here doing a good job against the heroes of Sparta. And the Illyrian hoplites almost looks like they're chasing away the Royal Spartans. Citizen cav running around. And for some reason these guys are in phalanx already. So they're not going to be getting any sort of charge. The Royal Spartans rush in. This is a clusterfuck of an engagement. Just cav coming in from all sides. And looks like slinger fire is coming in from somewhere. The Illyrian noble hoplites here haven't engaged yet. It seems like the Illyrian noble hoplite combination and the mercenary axe warriors, they're doing well against the Spartan hoplites. Look at this sneaky little bastard here. Illyrian raiders. Charging into the heroes of Sparta. Very sneaky. Very, very sneaky. But the Illyrian raiders, only 45 health. Only 16 charge bonus. It would be interesting if, I mean, they didn't like get a clean rear charge. They did get a flanking charge. But if they were able to kill the Spartan general here, that would be very, very nice. Citizen cavalry being shot to pieces by these slave slingers. So they are doing a good job. Rallying. Let's see, the Illyrian noble hoplites, yeah, losing heavily to heroes of Sparta and Spartan hoplites. The Illyrian raiders are actually losing against the heroes of Sparta. Heroes of Sparta now in phalanx are going to shit all over the Illyrian raiders. If Axis had a bonus versus infantry in Rome 2, it would be interesting. But of course they do not, they just have the AP, and that means they need to be used in a very specific way. Illyrian hoplites about to break here. It looks like we have some Helot javelins going into melee versus slave slingers. That's heroic of them, they are Spartans after all. They want to earn their stripes, so to speak, and become hoplites, I guess. Ooh, look at the butterflies. I haven't seen that before. Few butterflies. It almost makes me feel like I'm hallucinating. Like there's this gory battle going on, and then there's just these tiny butterflies flying up. If you don't see these butterflies, let me know. Let me know if I'm crazy. I'm sure someone is going to say there are no fucking butterflies, Maximus. Go get your head checked. But okay, let's check again if there are butterflies. Yeah, there are butterflies. I see the butterflies because there are no butterflies here, right? Nope. Alright, so while we have been looking at butterflies, Looks like the Illyrian Noble Hoplites are getting a beating. The Heroes of Sparta, very nice kills, managed to kill off the annoying Illyrian raiders. Yeah, and in this central engagement, Spartan units pouring in, even though they're just Spartan youths. And a very depleted Hero of Sparta. On the Pyramids map, units are going to fatigue very, very quickly just by fighting, because it's a hot map. So units without the resistance to heat, they're going to be suffering on this map. Now once again raising the banner, rallying to keep the units in the fight for longer. Mercenary Axe Warriors have been getting nice kills, and are getting nice kills. But they did start out with experience, so Heroes of Sparta, very nice kills. Royal Spartans, very nice kills. Yeah, the Illyrian Noble have overall done fairly well, but they just haven't performed as well as the Royal Spartans have, and that of course has to do with the way they have been used. They haven't been getting as many good charges as the Spartans, and the Spartans sent in the Spartan youths, and then the more expensive units afterwards, which is a good way to use those cheap throwaway units. Even the Spartan Hoplites are getting some nice kills. But that's about the only type of army they can do well against, a spear-based army. So the Ardiaei getting smashed in the end. It wasn't that much of a slaughter, really, for the Ardiaei. But I mean, I like the move with the Illyrian Raiders just sneaking up and getting at the enemy general. That was nice. It's just too bad that they're too shit of a unit to be able to defeat a depleted Hero of Sparta. Now, all of these Spartan units do a grand job of it. We have the Illyrian Hoplites didn't do too well at all, and the Illyrian, the Illyrian Hoplites are not good units. The Illyrian Noble Hoplites, they need a charge in order to be used to their maximum effectiveness, and they need the charge and then the phalanx. I don't know if that happened in all cases. It seemed like Helvetian used phalanx on the Illyrian Hoplites a bit early, sometimes maybe. I'm not really sure. The Illyrian Raiders, Celtic Warriors, are a better unit in my opinion, a better unit to bring in all cases. So let's just have a look at what the Ardiaei can do against Sparta in this battle. So okay, let's just say that I'm coming up against Sparta and I am Ardiaei. So I'm going to be bringing, let's see, now I have 12 infantry units. I'm going to be bringing some, let's see, Illyrian Marines. Now I have 14 infantry units, and that's the maximum allowed under the rules of the tournament. So sure, some cavalry units to hunt down skirmishers, rear charges, and such, and maybe some. I'm not too worried about any slingers or skirmishers, to be honest. So maybe just 2 mercenary peltasts, because they can double up as they can run around and be fairly effective in throwing javelins in the backs of units. Now, if I'm going to be choosing slave slingers for cav against Sparta, you could say, well, isn't that a bit excessive? It's very nice to be able to get rear charges, stop important charges and such with these relatively cheap cavalry units. Now, the remaining funds are going to be spent on upgrades for Axe Warriors, so that the Axe Warriors have a bit more melee defense and that they're able to hold a bit better. So, sort of the issue with this army is that it has a distinct lack of holding power in the form of, like Sparta is going to have something like 4 Royal Spartans and 4 Spartan Hoplites, so it requires a bit of luck in getting engagements, like Illyrian Noble Hoplites holding down 2 units, sending in the Mercenary Axe Warriors together with them, charging in with Illyrian cavalry, sending in mercenary Celts as the second line, but it's worked reasonably well, at least, this type of army setup under these rules. So if I'm coming up against Sparta, you are warned. This is most likely what I'm going to be using. Strength and honor.